Hey everyone, Eric Default here, Keller Williams, Cape Cod and Colonial Partners. In this video, I am going to take a look at all across Cape Cod, which towns saw the most appreciation. What we do is we take a look at the median home price in each town at the beginning of 2024 till the end of 2024. So that's really kind of a deep dive into which towns performed the best, where they saw the most return. Also in the video, I'm going to take a look and kind of explain why I think that happened in certain towns. I could be right, I could be wrong, but I'm also going to get to where I think there's going to be great value moving forward. Maybe if you're shopping in certain towns, this might, help you consider or determine where you're going to find your piece of Cape Cod if you're shopping, or maybe if you're on Cape, where you want to move to next. I'm going to put a little graphic right here to kind of help you guys read along. I'm looking to the left, so that's where I'm keeping my notes. Just for some perspective, the national average year over year historically has been 4.4. If you buy a house, the value of it's going to appreciate 4.4 over the course of 1 year. So good news for us on Cape Cod. Last year we were at 4.8 as a Barnstable County. So we're outpacing the market, outpacing kind of like the historical return, which is good. And it makes sense to me because we have scarcity. There's only so much Cape Cod to go around. So I think we're always going to kind of find our way outpacing the national average. So it's always a good place to buy real estate as an investment and, also just in general. So I'm going to start out. There's one clear winner far and away. Last year was Truro. Houses year over year over the course. If you bought a house in Truro 2024, the beginning, by the end, you might have seen like a 21% increase in the equity there. So far and away outperformed every other town. There's not a ton of listings in Truro, so keep in mind, like even when you go down Cape a little bit, there's just kind of a scarcity there where these numbers will fluctuate, but Truro came out absolutely smoking this year. So congrats to you if you own property in Truro or if you've bought recently there. You've seen an awesome return. Next on the list is Brewster. Brewster came in at like 12.5%. Great return. Brewster, one of the reasons I think that's happening is if you look at Chatham, if you look at Orleans, those saw a surge over the past couple of years where houses, you got to spend at least 1.2 million to get in there. For the most part, there's going to be houses lower price, but that's the average price in those towns. Whereas in Brewster, the average price around 877. Still a lot of money, still a ton of money, but those are the two bordering towns there. Brewster's kind of a little bit more quiet, but still sought after. But if you're looking for down Cape, it seems like there's been good value, a lot of people flocking there, and I think that's going to continue. Next on the list is Sandwich, 10.2%. Sandwich, I think it's interesting. It's my hometown. It's where I grew up, but it's very, very much year-round. So a lot of folks, if they want to live year-round on Cape, it's a great, great spot to go. But also some of the folks that I've worked with over the years, and just recently, I have buyers right now shopping in Sandwich, and they specifically shop there. They're from Boston, they're from New York, they're from off Cape, but they don't want to spend the extra 45 minutes, hour and 10 minutes to get down Cape. Whereas you get over the bridge, Sandwich is right there, and you're on Cape Cod. So a lot of people are finding that appealing. Sandwich also kind of shot up in value too, which is just in general, like the average price is outpacing a number of towns, just kind of surpassed Barnstable, which I found surprising. But yeah, Sandwich, another one. Next one I'm going to look at, it's a little kind of, people like to debate whether or not it's a part of Cape Cod. But I do think I want to take a deep dive into Wareham, where houses are super affordable. It hasn't been the most sought after community of all time, but what we're seeing is folks that just can't afford on Cape Cod. Like the average family, it's going to be a stretch to afford a house, buy a house. Affordability is a major problem. When you go over to Wareham and you see how far your money goes, it's eye-opening. Like I had people shopping over there last year, brand new builds on like 1.5 acres for under $700,000. And that's just something you're never going to see again on Cape Cod for the most part. So they have a massive infrastructure project lined up for kind of the downtown, like the village area there. And in general, I think people, when they're going over the bridge, Wareham's becoming more and more, it's starting to make more sense, if you will. I also helped a number of people move up into Plymouth, another spot. It's not going to be kind of on this list, but another spot where, for under $600,000, you can find pretty nice home. So people are kind of going over the bridge. They're willing to shop over there. I do think Wareham's going to be up on this list. One of the reasons their median home price is only, what is it, $470,000 for the median home price. So I've got folks shopping there, and it's eye-opening when you go and look at what you can get. I helped some clients this past year move over there. But the reality is, if you want to be a homeowner and you can't afford on Cape, Wareham's right there. It's readily available. I think it's worth a look. Some of the other towns that did well: Harwich, Chatham, Dennis, Yarmouth, all outperforming the county in general. Or some of the towns that slowed down a little bit: Orleans, Wellfleet, Provincetown. If you're in Provincetown, you're already looking at like a $1.9 million median home price. So I wouldn't panic. There's just not a ton of sales once you get way down Cape. There's only about 60 to 70 every year. So those numbers fluctuate. No reason to panic. It's an absolutely gorgeous place to live. So another one that didn't kind of unperform was Bourne. It's very affordable. And I find that weird because when we look at average days on market, how fast houses sell, Bourne is at the top of the list. The average day on market is like 30 days, whereas the normal average on Cape Cod is 45. And I don't know, I think there's good value in Bourne. But in general, good news for you guys if you are planning on shopping this coming year. Nationally, they are predicting about 20% increase in houses coming available listings. Just to give you an idea, on Cape Cod, on our MLS, there was about 3,600 last year. You're going to see about 725 more houses come available this coming year. So you're going to have more of a selection. If you miss on one and it's your dream home, you put an offer, it doesn't get accepted, the likelihood of another one that's going to be similar is going to be there. So you don't have to go full on making outrageous offers to get a house. Understand that they will come to you if you have some patience. But that's just, it's good news for a lot of folks here. If you're planning on making a purchase in this coming year, you're going to have a better selection. You're going to be able to be a little bit more patient, but you still got to stay on it, I'd say. So in general, that was 2024 as far as price appreciation goes around Cape Cod. Interesting to see that we're still outpacing the market in general, so that's good news. I think that's going to continue. Some of the places that I think there will be value moving forward, some places I'd consider, just went on and on about Wareham. I think that's a good spot to kind of consider. As far as down Cape, I think Eastham presents a lot of value. I think your money still goes further there. The average price is about $816, which is still high, but compared to the other towns, the neighboring towns, they're up in the millions. So I think Eastham's a good option for folks. I think Bourne, if you're looking at the Upper Cape, I think you're going to find good value there. I think Sandwich is going to continue that trend, and I also think Brewster is going to continue that trend. But in general, if you want an opinion of different towns that you're considering, by all means, reach out to me, give me a call, shoot me a text, even just drop a comment down below. Happy to give you some insight, what I think might make sense and what I see in the future. I'm not going to be right. These are predictions. They're not, I don't know that they'll come right. This is just me trying to make sense of what I see in the field day to day. But I hope you guys found this video helpful. Feel free to reach out anytime, but thank you for watching. We'll see you.